Alright guys, welcome to some Hypixel skyblock. So for months now, snow minions have been considered the best mining minions, but today I'm going to show you both an underrated minion and my favorite minion that I have reasons to believe could be the best minion that has gone unnoticed. If you guys do enjoy this video and you're new to the channel or you're not subscribed, we're coming up on 50 subscribers, so if you guys subscribe, comment, or leave a like, it makes a huge difference. I try to respond to all of my comments, so don't be afraid to say hi or send a question my way. But yeah, that's about it for the intro, so let's get on with the video. Okay, so there's two huge reasons people like snow minions so much. For one, they make money, and for two, they give an absurd amount of mining XP. This is largely due to the fact that snow minions are the fastest minion in the game, so if you give them diamond spreading, a minion upgrade that makes your minion produce a diamond every now and then, they'll make a ton of diamonds, which helps both towards getting more money and more mining XP. If you didn't know, when you collect your resources from your minions, they give you some experience towards leveling up skills, which is something that late game skyblock players care a lot about. I just got mining level 40 solely from collecting minions. I haven't grinded a single day in my life. For most minions, such as fishing minions or farming minions, the amount of XP they give is pretty insignificant. For some like combat, they give none. But for some reason, the XP you get from mining minions is so much more. But what if I told you that despite the strengths the snow minion has, there is yet another minion that performs even better that has been kept a trade secret until now? If you know me or have been in my Discord, link in the description, you know that I love ice. I mean, just look at my name, Frozie. See where it comes from? Ice minions have a secret utility that snow minions don't. Ice can naturally generate. At first, I used Frostwalker, which is an enchantment that lets you turn water into ice just by walking on it, which I found out that you don't get XP from when it's actually created from the Frostwalker boots. So my next thought was, what if I just made my island a taiga biome and let the ice naturally freeze? You see, there's an item called the taiga biome stick that, if you give it to my man Jerry, will turn your entire island into a winter wonderland. If you try this, beware that snow will cover everything on your island. But besides that, it also covers water with a sweet layer of ice. Now, you may be wondering, why does this even matter? Listen to me. It can cut the minion's action time in half. You see, if ice is already there, the minion doesn't have to take the 5.3 seconds it takes to place ice, and it lets them focus solely on the task of breaking it. This also means that in order for this strategy to work, you should be AFKing on your island as much as possible. If you just have a pool of ice and the minion mines the ice, now there won't be any water, which means no more freezing, which means no more ice. We need a way to naturally regenerate water. In Minecraft, a water source block can be made when there's flowing water from two orthogonal directions. This means one coming from the up and down direction and one coming from the left and right direction. That's great and all, but how do we control that? Rule 1 of ice generation is that if you cover a block of water with a solid block, the water will never freeze, so we can effectively choose which blocks we want to be our source blocks. At this point, we have a system that can run forever without ever turning into running water, which means it can freeze into ice for our minions to mine over and over again. But we aren't done yet. Rule 2 of ice generation is that ice can only generate next to a solid block. This means that if we just have a pool of water, the only spots ice can generate are actually around the edge, so we would want to figure out the best way to place blocks in this empty area so every block is used as efficiently as possible. I'll save you the trouble and show you what I came up with. It's this. Isn't it beautiful? There are two more things you should take notice of before you're on your way to using this setup. The first is that you will need a minion expander upgrade, which will give your minion another block of reach. And finally, you may notice that there's this odd area in the top right corner. Ice generation is random, so this is an emergency system that will let your minion place a block if for some reason no naturally generated blocks are left for the minion to mine. And finally, if you want to copy this design, feel free to come to my island and check it out for yourself. Alright, so they say the proof is in the pudding, so we're on my island to test it for ourselves. We have one ice minion, one snow minion, both are tier 11, and if we take a look at them, the snow minion has diamond spreading, which is the best, possible setup for snow, and the ice minion has this minion expander instead of the diamond spreading. And additionally, you can see that he has this whole contraption built around him where these blocks are covering these water blocks, which keeps them from turning into ice. And then you can see that there's all of these ice blocks that are naturally generating in, and he's not placing these, he's just going around picking random ones to mine. The ice minion's saying this location isn't perfect, but I mean, let's be honest, he doesn't know it's good for him. So we're going to compare two things. We're going to compare the money that they get and the XP that they get. So let's start with XP. So two things should be noted here. One is that I'm going to be using Silverfish Pet. Mine's maxed out, it's level 100, and it gives a mining XP boost of 30%. So whatever we get, it's going to be 30% more will be added on. And I'm also on potions right now, which you could see. Effects. So where is it? There should be a mining XP boost somewhere here. There it is. Yeah, it was there for a split second. They kind of move around. There it is. So I get 20% more mining XP from that potion. And I think that's all we need to do. So let's take a look at my skills. We're going to write this number down. So we have 1930740.3 is what mining skill we're at right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to collect this minion first. And now let's take a look back at that skill again. Now it is 1931251.4. And now we're going to do the same thing for this snow minion. We're going to collect from him. And if we take a look at the skill, now that number is 1931639.3. Okay, so in order to figure out how much came from each, we're going to take this number and we're going to subtract this number, which I'm going to do right now. So once you subtract that, you could see that from the snow minion we got 387.9 XP. And doing the same thing again for these two numbers, you could see that we get 511.1, which is significantly greater than 387.9. So you could see that we do in fact get more mining XP from this setup than this setup. Now, if you were to take these numbers and multiply them by the number of hours in a day, 24, you would get 12,266.4 for the ice and 9,304.6 for the snow. And if you were to do this for every single minion, let's say you have 25 minions, that would be 306,660 for the ice and 232,740 for the snow. So you could see in one day we got 70,000 more XP from the ice minion than the snow minion. And 300,000 is a lot of XP for one day doing absolutely nothing but AFKing on your island. So there's one other way we can even speed this up yet is, if you have money, you could give catalysts. Actually putting in flycatchers won't do much because we kind of need the minion expander to give this extra row. So flycatchers actually aren't the best for ice minions, which is surprising because you would think that it would be better, but it's actually not. So now let's sell everything that we've got. Let's do this one at a time. So let's put the ice away. We could do snow first. All these diamonds came from the snow. And let's go to the hub and see what we get from the bazaar. So this is saying that we could get 2,439.1 coins, right? And now we've put the snow away and we have ice, and let's go do the same thing. and we could see that this sells for 2,271.6. So it's slightly less. It's about the same. There is something to note that ice is actually really unstable in price, whereas snow is very stable in price. So it kind of just depends on the day. I'd say that ice is usually just slightly behind. Sometimes it's ahead. It depends on the day, and it changes a lot. From our experiment, you could see that ice is definitely the best minion for mining XP. And I would argue that it's one of the best minions as a whole, because not only does it give you a ton of mining XP, but it hovers around the same price as the snow minion, which is one of the most profitable minions in the game. And so you're getting a ton of XP, and you're getting a ton of money. You know, what more can you ask for?